Hey there, guys. I've seen a whole bunch of these Apple tablet prediction videos on here, and they're getting really out of hand. Um, as far as the predictions, there's people saying there's going to be a projector built into the iPod Slate. I mean, come on, a projector that would cost $300 or $400 on top of $1,000 it's going to cost already. It's not going to happen. So I thought I'd do a more realistic prediction, and to see if my prediction, little old me, is more accurate than all these official rumor people online. Um, there's the two most popular are the size variations, either a 7-inch screen or a 10-inch screen. Now, a 10-inch screen means it's about this big compared to a Lenovo notebook or a Lenovo compared to a Moleskine notebook. A little bit wider, or maybe a little bit longer. It depends on how the 10 inches is set. So basically you're going to have something like a Moleskine notebook, probably around this thin. Tablet. Is this big enough to type on? With with one hand? Sure. With two hands? Tight, but it'll work. Now, would I want to buy an iPod this big? Better visual aid. I even have the little button there. Would I want an iPod Touch this big? Be much better to watch movies on. For some software that I use on it, like the screenplay software, it would be much better for that to type on. They would probably finally come out with a word processing app to put on it. So would I want an iPod Touch this size? Possibly. How much would I spend for an iPod Touch this size? No more than $600. That's the 10-inch size. If the other size, which is rumored 7 inches, comes out, it's going to be this big. Let's compare this to the iPhone. A bit more real estate than the iPhone. Would I want an iPod Touch this size? Still one-hand typable. Two-hand typable would be fairly tight. But this is a much better screen than this is for screenplay program, and even better for movies. Because it's much bigger, you could fit a bigger battery in, bigger hard drive. Probably start at minimum of 32 gigs in size, whether it's the 7-inch or the 10-inch size they make. Now you're wondering why I keep focusing on iPod Touches, because that's what I think it's going to be. It's going to be a 7-inch iPod Touch or a 10-inch iPod Touch with a 3G card inside so you can have internet anywhere. Hopefully the 3G card inside is not mandatory, because if you have to sign a contract to get one of these things, I can't imagine them doing very well, unless they can do something you can't do on an iPhone or an iPod Touch. And I don't know what that could be. But it's not going to be a computer. For years and years and years, people have been asking Apple to make tablet computers. It's really easy. This is a MacBook Air I'm using. Look at your MacBook Pro in front of you, whatever you have. Just imagine, take the keyboard and the touch pad away, and then take the screen on top and put it down on there and make it touchscreen. That's it. Bingo. Easy to make a tablet. Apple has deliberately not made a tablet for a long time, so they're not coming out with a tablet computer. No way, no how. The most they're coming out with is a bigger iPod Touch with 3G capabilities, with a camera built in, maybe a camera for video conferencing, maybe you'll be able to use Skype on it. Maybe it'll be a little more powerful, but it's just going to be a slightly advanced iPod Touch or iPhone. The 7-inch size, if they were thinking of going the way of a computer, is, I think, a complete waste of time because I already have a device almost this big. It's called an OQO. Sure, it's fatter, but that's a 4-hour battery on there. And ever since I put XP on it, it's a hell of a machine. It boots up in less than 40 seconds, and it shuts down in about 15 seconds. Very, very fast machine. If they're coming out with a 7-inch iPod Touch, why would they change the name to Islate? Well, a year ago or 2 years ago, it might have been cool to call it the Touch 7. But you can't call it the Touch 7 now because then it sounds like Windows 7. What else did I want to say? I have little notes. I was thinking about this at work. That's really about it. It's my official prediction. It is not going to be a computer. It's going to be a more advanced iPhone or iPod Touch. End of story. So anyway, I was watching CES, the Microsoft keynote, and they showed a couple of what they called slates, which are really, they're not slates, they're tablets. Tablets are computers. They have been for 15 or 20 years, which really annoys me. You might see some of my comments around YouTube where people are talking about Apple is inventing the tablet computer. I used a tablet computer 15 freaking years ago. Don't tell me Apple invented a tablet computer. And it's not a computer, as I said. I think it's an iPod. But HP is coming out with a 5-inch slate, which is the size of my OQO. I don't see it's thinner, of course, and it runs Windows 7. But ever since I put XP on here, this thing runs like a dream. So absolutely no reason for me to switch over to a 5-inch tablet. I was very, very, very disappointed and saddened, really, not to hear any mention of the Microsoft Courier. I don't know if Microsoft Courier is the made-up dream of some people who just put a video together to make something in college that they wanted to see, or if it's something that's coming in the future. I was hoping it would have been at least hinted at if it was something real, because from what I've seen in the video, the Microsoft Courier is something I could really use. A lot of internet rumors out there about how it's going to run Windows 7. I don't think so. It's going to be basically an iBook, if you pardon the pun, of some phrase. It's going to be an electronic book, an electronic diary with a camera and some web browsing built in. It's going to be a more basic unit. But it's something I thought I could have got a lot more use out of than an iPod, a bigger iPod Touch. Does this mean I will not buy the bigger iPod Touch? Well, number one, if it comes with a service plan, it better be damn cheap. Because I currently have an iPhone with it's the original iPhone. It has the $20 a month plan. I'm going to be canceling that anyway. So I wouldn't mind terribly if for $200 or $300 I could get a 7-inch iPod Touch with a 3G card, as long as it's not more than $30 a month. Anything more than that, I won't spend it. I think I would prefer a 10-inch iPod Touch or 10-inch iSlate, because it has more real estate for typing on it, something I could use a lot more instead of carrying a computer with me. Do it again. Anyway, that's me yapping on about my predictions. My predictions is that the iPod is getting bigger. The Apple iSlate is just a different version of the iPod Touch. It's going to have 3G in there for anywhere browsing. Hopefully you're not signed to a contract to use it, and you can get it without a contract. And it'll probably, of course, it'll have a more powerful processor because it's going to have a much better screen resolution being bigger. That's my predictions. Thanks for watching.